of all the people to beef with each other, Sneako and Alex Jones was not on my list. But it's happening, and it is hilarious. I don't know if you guys have seen any of this. You probably haven't if you're not on Twitter, which I imagine most of you, for your own health, wisely are not. But I am still on Twitter. I trudge through the storm for you guys, so you don't have to. And because of that, I've got a bunch of clips here for you of the back and forth that has been going on for the last 24 hours between Alex Jones and Sneako. And not only Alex Jones and Sneako, but now everybody Sneako was once buddies with and respected has jumped on Sneako to dunk on him. It's quite amazing. So I thought we'd go ahead and give the clips a watch, because they're very funny. Here we go, folks. Without any further ado, this is Sneako initially calling out or responding to Alex Jones after he tweeted, "Deport him now," and Elon Musk followed up with "yes." Like quote tweeting a random clip of Sneako. Just out of nowhere, Alex Jones called for Sneako to be deported, and Elon Musk agreed. Here's Sneako's response to that. That started, I guess you could say Alex Jones started it, but this really got it going.
This is Elon Musk back at Tommy Rubinstein's protest in England. He calls in while Tommy Robinson's having his anti-Islam protest. Listen to what he says.
Whether you choose violence or not.
For those who don't know, Sneako is like a fake Muslim. Like he fake adopted Islam for clout because it was kind of popular and trendy a few years ago when the red pill started to pick up steam. And he's kind of stuck to that grift. Maybe it's legitimate, but at the same time, he's been called out by a lot of people for doing a lot of haram stuff behind the scenes when he's not on camera. So it seems pretty illegitimate. And just the fact that he identifies as Muslim now is enough to get a lot of his more conservative cohorts against him now. He's no longer considered part of the Chud Club, even though he's just as misogynistic and stupid as he used to be, even though he's probably still anti-Semitic like he used to be. He identifies as Muslim, so they hate him now. They want him deported.
Violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die.
You either fight back or you die. This is an African migrant to America telling Britain, fight back or die. Does that make any sense to you? Why is the trillionaire, the richest man in the world, saying you need to fight back? You have to fight back or die. Fight for your life. Elon is literally an African migrant into America. And this is England. So the only unifying ideology here is just hating Islam. There's nothing else that they have in common. If he wasn't white, imagine he was an African migrant who was black into America telling British people fight back or die. Nobody would take it seriously. Fight back or die. Do you guys consider that an incitement of violence? Interesting. Look at his shirt. I was looking at this clip earlier from a couple months ago. He's got the jawline, while saying fight back or die against immigrants by being an immigrant. He's got the one-eye symbolism right here on his shirt. Is that a coincidence?
I have no clue what the fuck he's talking about there. I'm going to be real with you. So Sneako definitely got offended by that. In response to that clip that we just saw, Alex Jones replied on Twitter saying, "Elon contributes to America. You don't. Get out, Sneako, the sicko." And then he follows it up with, "I shit you not. Andrew Tate says that Andrew Tate says that our would be..." Hold on. I got to show you. Andrew Tate says that our would-be Islamic conqueror. Okay, our would-be. Okay, my bad. All right, that was my fault. "Sneako has done a lot of sugar in his tank. That said, the image below of me gassing Sneako is AI, and I do not wish him any harm." And then posts this image of... what the fuck? Dude, the mask has dropped sincerely to the floor with Alex Jones, it would seem. "You said you don't wish him harm, but you want him deported even though he's American. If law enforcement deports him, then they are literally committing human trafficking, which he has a right to defend himself against. I want him to go to one of the 45 different Muslim countries so you can be in paradise." Oh my god. Zan, truth is, a lot of Inkies still hate Andrew Tate. Inkies? Like, what? What the fuck is an Inky? What the fuck? Is that a slur? The hell did you just say to me? Anyway, Alex Jones decided to follow this up with a clip calling out Sneako. And you know it's going to be funny as hell when we got a video of Alex Jones to react to on stream. You know it's going to be good.
I've known who he was for years. The guy reaches millions of people a day. He is anti-Islam, he's pro-Islam. He is pro-Trump, he's anti-Trump. He's pro-lockdown, he's against the lockdown. And he'll flip-flop from day to day, whatever group he's with. But here he is in New York, one of the Allah Akbar events, where we got a bunch of video chanting, we're taking over Sharia law. He joins in, hops around and screams and says it, but he's not a U.S. citizen. And his
I like how my entire, like, teen and adult life, I've heard that the threat of Sharia law is on the horizon, and yet nowhere in America, or really the Western world, has Sharia law been put into place. And then I found out why. Because I found out what Sharia law actually is. And it's not, it's not what these people think it is. It's just not. Like, for instance, when you think of countries like Qatar or Saudi Arabia, and they're like very overwhelmingly anti-freedom like laws and how in public you're so limited on what you're allowed to do, that's not Sharia law, dude. That's not what that is. Sharia law is definitely problematic, and that's like a separate can of worms, but like 90% of the extremist shit that people like Alex Jones will refer to when they talk about Islam negatively is a very specific interpretation of Islam that is only the national standard in, as far as I know, 2 countries, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. It's called the Wahhabi doctrine. And that's like the whole, you know, like the really overwhelmingly overbearing, like you can't sing or swear in public. There's no drinking. Well, I think the no drinking thing's more broad, but like the really overwhelming stuff, like the eye for an eye type law and stuff like that, that's not Sharia law. That's a different, like, hyper radical interpretation of Islam that most Muslims on the planet consider radical and fundamentally against the foundation of what Islam stands for. So I know I'm not really, like, this is kind of unrelated, but I just want to throw this in here to, you know, acknowledge the incorrectness of Alex Jones's arguments. Now, if you want to criticize Islam as a religion, like any other religion, I'm fine with that. I'm an atheist. I'm kind of an anti-theist, but I also do believe in, very strongly, I believe in the rights for people to have their own religious beliefs, because generally when religious freedom laws are eliminated, the people doing it aren't like non-theists. It's theists who want to force their religion to be the national standard. Religious freedom laws, they keep any religion from being on top, at least when not taken advantage of. So, yeah, I mean, once again, just acknowledging that Alex Jones is wrong.
needs to be deported. Elon Musk agreed with me and said yes, and boosted, my post on this yesterday. Deport him now. Sneako declares New York an Islamic state. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world will become Muslim. Well, that is the Quran. It is go read it. I've read it twice. It is a battle manual of how he took over Medina and then Mecca and how he promised the
No, it's not.
world. And he teaches them how to deceive, how to act friendly at first, then push people out of each town, then push them out of the country. This is Islam.
No, it is not.
And when it's a snake or a spider, I never miss because it's defensive. I click into the mode. You think normally I could throw a weight 10 feet perfectly, splat the head? You think normally I could throw a rock perfectly and splat the head? It's the defender in me. And you have instincts too that you can turn on and you can hone. And Sneako, I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally I'm calling for
typically the same ones who want to implement biblical law here, which is the exact same thing, different religion.
Yeah, they're literally projecting. They're projecting their own desires. The whole, like, oh, they want to put Sharia law, they want to do Sharia law. It's all projection. Mind you, the other country, like the country that is most known for this, like, super overbearing, hyper radical, not even popular among the, like, Muslim world brand of Islam that we're always demonizing is Saudi Arabia, dude. One of our biggest allies in the Middle East, the source of a significant amount of our oil. Like, Trump is, like, buddy with, like, the prince, like, dude, one of our second biggest ally in the Middle East, their state enforced brand of Islam is the Islam that Alex Jones is demonizing here. And you want to know what's crazy? Chances are, if a Muslim, like a practicing Muslim, sees this clip, they're not going to be offended by what I'm saying here. They're probably going to agree. They're probably going to agree with what I'm saying. Most Muslims in the world do not agree or even appreciate the hyper radical or violent sects of Islam or jihadist sects of Islam. It is pretty much antithetical to the religion of peace concept that most Muslims will tell you is the foundation of what they believe. Wahhabism is wild. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that we're allies, like such good buddies with a country that enforces it by the state, you know?
Putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown in a cannon at the circus, and shooting him out of it back to the Middle East with all of his other little compatriots. Bye-bye. Sneako was born in New York City in a family with Haitian and Filipino ancestry. I heard he's a foreigner and speaks French fluent.
Once again, no, Sneako was born in America and is a citizen of America. Notice how quickly we've moved the goalpost, by the way. Remember how like 6 years ago it was, we want more legal immigration, we love legal immigration. Now they're trying to destroy birthright citizenship and claiming that having non-white parents makes you not an American, makes you a foreigner that needs to be deported. Like, is it crazy how quickly the mask came off and it's like, just deport all the brown people became their public position?
Well, he moved to Miami, Florida and converted to Islam. I heard he's a foreigner. Well, whatever. I think if somebody declares her for a foreigner...
You hear a lot of things, Alex Jones. I can't believe I'm defending Sneako here, but, you know, like, the people going after him are doing it for the worst reasons.
...foreign religion, a foreign power here to overthrow the country. I think they ought to have their citizenship stripped, even if he is a citizen, and get his ass out of here.
Oh, there you go. Strip his citizenship because he's brown and I don't like his religion. Sneako responded to this, of course. Let's see Sneako's response. Oh my god, he's doing the suit thing. Cringe.
About another 4-footer. And I picked up
a
big limestone, honeycomb limestone rock, and I said, watch this. And I threw it about 15 feet perfectly and splat on the head. And my daughters went, Daddy!
He's doing the citizen vigilante thing. Alex Jones is indirectly calling for people to kill me. He knows it.
He is, yeah.
His audience knows it. They feel threatened by the truth.
I mean, he's doing the same thing he did with the Sandy Hook parents, where he said, guys, here's all the reasons you should go harass these grieving parents. What do you mean I'm getting sued for encouraging people to harass these grieving parents? I didn't tell them to do that.
And against American values, they don't want discourse, they don't want democracy, they don't want free speech.
You think normally I could throw away 10 feet perfectly, splat the head? You think normally I could throw a rock perfectly and splat the head? No, it's the defender in me, and you have instincts too that you can.
Did you say that speaking a different language makes you a foreigner? Yes. Guys, like I said, the mask is coming completely off with these people. They're losing any degree of plausible deniability for their true motives with each day that they get confident enough to drop the mask more. And it's not going to stop. They're going to keep dropping the mask all the way up till the next election. And all of that really effective political propaganda of like, the left calls everybody racist is not going to ring anywhere near as strong when half of these people are saying, oh, you're brown? Remove his citizenship! Deport him! And then the other half of people are saying, we just want more legal immigration. It's not going to work when the disparity is that loud and that great. When, like, the far right are kind of a quiet, mask-on fringe saying the quiet part out loud, people can still be like, yeah, but most Republicans, you know, it's not racism that's motivating them. But at this point, the moderates, not the Republicans, not the 30% that never move on these issues, but the moderates who decide the elections in the end, I feel like they're going to see this.
Turn on and you can hone. And Sneako, I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally, I'm calling for putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown in a cannon, about another 4-footer. And I picked up a big...
Yeah, so he definitely is encouraging violence against Sneako. And then apparently Nick Fuentes joined in to the scuffle to like cheer on Alex Jones going after Sneako.
So it's actually refreshing to see. I think there is a synthesis coming together. I see guys like Aiden Ross, Asmongold, Patrick Bet-David, Alex Jones, Elon Musk. It was really nice to see everybody come out and condemn Sneako for saying that New York is a Muslim city and Islam is taking over. It was actually refreshing to see that because contrary to these left-wing pieces of shit that celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, contrary to these Muslim foreigners that
stay mad about it, little buddy.
call us infidels and hope Allah punishes us, as Sneako himself said, we actually love America. And we're actually normal. And that's actually the coalition that we need. Not Zionist, not third worldist, America first. There is an alternative. So no captive dreamer, no Laura Loomer. We all see what you people are or were. No, the Trump suckers don't get to do a victory lap. The Trump suckers, they defended everything that Israel did every step of the way. They were fine with it when the Jews are doing it. And Dan Bilzerian and Sneako and Ian Carroll, they don't get to be a part of it either because they'll tolerate it with the Muslims in Minneapolis. They'll tolerate it with the grooming gangs in the UK and George Galloway, some communist, or Mamdani.
I love how many of these are just like culture war talking points that we've gone into on the channel in the past. And they're complete nonsense. Like the grooming gang thing, where they made up the 250K grooming gang members number. Like, just made it up. Like all that. Like, they have built their entire culture war, their entire propaganda train on sand. Like, any amount of interrogation of the facts on these, like, big issues that they push, it'll fall apart. Like, their narratives fall apart.
Well, they got something to say about Israel. How about neither? How about neither? So, I saw that clip from Sneako. It went super viral. Everybody...
Yeah, keep in mind, this guy was, like, wearing the Epstein jacket and making, like, defenses of Epstein, what, like, 6 months ago, a year ago?
Turned against him. That's your Groyper curse, and it's about time. It's about time for somebody to actually care about America and put America first. So, you know, Elon, I have my problems with Elon, obviously, but it was nice to see him give that a little boost. Alex Jones and I, totally on the money on that one. And I'm actually going to do Alex Jones' show on Wednesday. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to be live with Alex at 1 p.m. Central on Wednesday. We're going to get into all this.
All right, I don't care. Then, of course, we have Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones talking about Sneako. I believe this was after that clip. I think this is the collab that they're referring to, but this could also be a past event. I could be wrong.
Well, I said maybe if Christianity won't stand up, maybe Islam is. I mean, you know what I mean? If Christianity doesn't show up, I mean, maybe it's Islam.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make me a Muslim. Doesn't mean I love that whole situation, but Christians won't fight, but they need to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, so this is an older clip. This is from back when Sneako converted to Islam, when the Red Pill movement was really blowing up, and, like, LARPing as a fake Muslim was, like, it was the thing to be.
And Andrew Tate, you know, I've seen his appearances on this show, and he's obviously a Muslim, and he says, you know, the Christians won't stand up. And sadly, as a Christian, I...
So he wants to be with the fighters.
Right. That's why he joined Islam. And I get it. Sneako did the same thing. He's a friend of mine, and he said, I have to go with the Muslims because they're the ones standing up to all this stuff. Now...
Well, I said maybe...
So...
I'm gonna come.
You can see that even in the past...
the leopard to eat my face moment.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Sneako really dug his own grave on this one, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it goes to show that these people looked past these very same critiques just a few years ago, because at that time, like, the popular thing to be was like, fake Muslim, basically. Like pretending to be Muslim just for, like, the perception that it's an anti-woman religion, like a heavily patriarchal religion, was the reason why it got so popular with, like, all these red pill bros. But that really didn't last long. You know, the white nationalist stuff and the Christian nationalism really picked up and took over not too long after that. Like, what was it, like a 2-year span, maybe, that, like, the red pill Muslim LARP was popular online? If you weren't around for this back in, like, what, 2022 to 2024, then you probably just won't know what I'm talking about, but it was big. It was big a couple years ago. Anyway, pretty crazy situation if you ask me. But if you enjoyed this video, if you found it entertaining, educational, or worth watching in any way, then consider leaving a comment and a like on this video. It really helps a ton. It's totally free. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you want to see more from me in the future and you want YouTube to tell you when I upload again. And hopefully I'll see you again in the future. But as always, thank you for watching.